Hi, I'm going to show you how to use the Moodle Poodle Paper plugin on your Moodle site. So let's go into our course. And the first thing we want to do is to add a paper activity to the course page. So go to my list of activities. I've got Poodle Paper. Click Add. I'm going to give it a name. This one is for a worksheet called About Me. A very simple worksheet. And down here we've got paper settings. And I'll explain these. So enable Moodle username. If we do that, then the user's name is written on the worksheet. We matched against the Moodle usernames in the Moodle system, and their information will be added to the gradebook based on how their paper is graded. I'm not going to do that. Target language, it's a language that the students will be writing in. The font of the target language, that for English, Courier monospace is good, but for other languages like Japanese, that may not work so well. Native language in this case is Japanese, and the native language font is Free Sans generic. The fonts make a bit of a difference when you're writing to the PDF, because sometimes the Japanese fonts or the double byte fonts may not render so well. If you're not writing, out Japanese, then you don't have to worry about it. In this case, we're not going to write Japanese. And do we want to show the total score on the worksheet? In this case, we've got yes, but that could be no. Right, so let's do that. Right, now the first thing we need to do is to upload our worksheet that the Mod Paper plugin is going to accept submissions for. So I click on View Setup, and I need to choose a file. So I'm going to choose this one here. Can you see that? About me, that one. About me. Analyze image. So now we just set the areas that the AI should evaluate. So it'll do a job of kind of roughly doing that for us. So it's detected that we have 6 areas here, and the locations are actually not picked up so well. But let's just move those into locations. So let's move this one down here like that, down here like that, and 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 down here like that. Okay, so the area inside those green boxes is what the AI is going to pick up and evaluate. And you can see number 1 is checked, and that's this field here, because we need to tell it how we want to grade this. So this one here is a standard graded area. My question topic is, in this case, each of the sentences is, please tell me something about yourself. So please tell me something but of course this could be, tell me about your weekend or anything like that. Now that topic is actually going to be the same for each of these questions, because the simple worksheet that this is to tell us 6 different things about themselves. So the correct answer, so just in this case, it's going to be is relevant to the question. Grammar correction, do we want to correct the grammar? Yes, we do. Let's choose all mistakes. Do we want to give feedback? In this case, no. What's the maximum possible grade? We're going to choose 5 and detect 1 point for each grammar or spelling mistake. Okay, so that's number 1 done. Now we need to do the same thing for each of the areas that we're going to collect a response for. So I'm just going to go back and do the same thing over here. I'll just save it, but I've only just saved the first 2, so we still need to do the 3rd and the 4th and the 5th. So I'll quickly go through and do that. If we were to give feedback, we could say to the AI how to give feedback here. We'd write in the instructions on what feedback should be given. And we can also save custom feedback for use in different forms. In this case, we're not doing that. But in a similar way, we can also have custom grading instructions, so we can tell it how to grade the answer, but in particular for very specific questions like describe this picture or something like that. Then we we'll want to give it very specific instructions on what's correct and what's incorrect. But in this case, we're just going to do the basic. Okay, so it's 3, so we'll do 4 and 5. Okay, great. So excellent. So that will now grade anything that comes into here. But we do want to capture the user's name because that helps us to work with the data. And we have a special field for that. So if I click here, add an area, we're going to add this area over here into the name location. And that will pick up the student's name. We can use that in reports and things like that. And it will print it back onto the form that we return to students as well. So that's a full name field. That's all we need to do there. The other areas here, this is for the student's class or their number in the class. So these are simply, these are still areas that we want to have, but we don't really want to do anything with them. We just want to print them straight back out on the form or the worksheet responses that we print out later on. So let's just do this here, like that. So we still capture it, but we don't actually deal with it. Okay, and for that one there, this is a display only. This here is also a display only. Okay, and why is that button at the top? Okay, save all areas. So, oh, okay, so that hasn't saved our name. Something went wrong there. So let's make that here, full name, save all areas. Okay, and let's make this one here, display only. And this one here, display only. Okay, great. So now we have marked up our worksheet. Let's just do a little spot check, make sure that those are actually correct. The full name, display only, display only. Great. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Okay, so let's go back to the top of our area here, and let's actually upload some student assignments. So let's just have a look at the assignment before we upload it so we can see what it looks like. This is me, I wrote these, and it's got, I have a big scary dog. I spelt scary incorrect. No, we don't need that. And I like ice cream. My son is very funny. I spelt funny incorrectly. You don't know how to swim. Okay, that's not about me. So that's actually incorrect. I sometimes go to the sea. It's very hot today. And then here I put a fake user, Jenny Tanaka. And today I watched baseball on TV. Tomorrow I'll eat a cake. It's swimming on the morning yesterday. That's grammar mistake. I go to a strange school. Let's watching the movie, okay? A grammar mistake. Why are you not talking to me? Also a grammar mistake. Let's do that. So let's go to here. Go upload submissions. We'll drag in those submissions about me. Process submissions. And now that's going to run in the background. It takes perhaps a minute for the uploaded submissions to be chunked into little blocks of text that are then passed into OCR, where it's turned into text, and then the text is passed to the AI to be evaluated and given grammar corrections or feedback if we're giving feedback, or a grade if we're giving grade. So that's currently doing that, and let's just wait for that to finish. It might take a minute or two. Okay, so that has now completed, and we can see it's detected the students' names correctly, put them to text and put them here. Each of them has been given a grade out of 30, so this is because each of the 6 answers had a score of 5, so the maximum score is 30, and Justin got 22 and Jeannie got 23. Now I can open a PDF version, a view of the response, and I can see what AI said. So it detected a spelling mistake, and it said, I have a big scary dog, and it suggested I make that scary. My son is very funny. It's detected that as a mistake and made that funny. We can see here the score that it's assigned to each of these. So 4, 5, 3. For some reason, this was marked severely. I sometimes get a C5, 5. And this one here, you don't know how to swim, was marked as 0. And I think that's because it was not relevant. It's not really the question was tell us something about yourself, and it hasn't done that. Let's have a look at Jenny Tanaka's. So she said, today I watched, see, it actually had trouble with her handwriting. So she's been marked down because she looked like she didn't spell basketball correctly. Um, it's it's swimming on the morning yesterday has become I went swimming yesterday morning. So she's been marked down for that too. Her spelling was her handwriting wasn't good enough, so she got a little mark down here. Let's watching the movie has been detected and rewritten as let's watch the movie. Uh, and why are you not talking to me? It's corrected that as why are you not talking to me? Okay, so that's how it works. Now you can actually, although it's not very pretty, you can actually go in here and see um, the different responses that it's given. And if you want, you can click on that and you can adjust the corrected text and any feedback that you want to give the student. And most importantly, you can click on View All Combined PDFs. They will give you the full results that you can then print and return to your students, along with the original submission that on the piece of paper that they gave you. So that's how it works.